running gives me the kind of freedom that I desire. Whenever I'm out there running, I feel free.
The evolutionary point of view, we were not designed to do exercises. We used to walk around quite a bit. So that was exercise in and of itself. Then life happened.
I started working at Safaricom in 2007. I wasn't born as a person with a disability, so I acquired disability at the age of 2. I'm told, because I cannot really remember, that before I acquired the disability, I was a very playful boy in the village, running up and down with all the others and chasing the other smaller boys, because I was a bit huge. And so I think that's where my journey began. But then after I got sick and I acquired the disability, I think I didn't have much that I could take part in. However, I used to participate in the sports that my brothers and the other siblings were playing. For example, now I'm sure people are wondering now, maybe they were running. How was he running? Of course, I was there to flag off.
Well, for me, it's more like a family matter whereby physical fitness in our family when I was growing up was non-negotiable. My dad pushed us to the limit to be physically fit, because my dad was a strong believer of men in my family need to be very fit and very, very strong, because they're the next leaders of tomorrow.
My father sat me down one day with a chessboard, showed me some basic things. I think that's when I was introduced to it. So we used to do our maths homework together with my dad. So we do some maths, he shows me some bit of chess, but I didn't take it seriously at that time. Little did I know that I'd grow to love it and embrace it. With chess, you get to learn about yourself, you get to learn about your mind, you get to learn about how you think, how you process, and a lot of stuff.
We have quite a number of staff in the call center, so I brought them together. Anyone who wanted to join, we all come to the field, we learn together. For the ladies, apparently, maybe one had an idea of rugby. We had the event on that Friday. We had 10 corporates coming in. We managed to raise roughly 2.5 million the first year. Second year, we had the second one. Now we changed the name from Intercorporate Rugby to Rugby for Good.
Initially, I used to be an athlete person until I became a paraplegic. So I used to walk long distances, do the 800 meters. But since then, now that I'm a paraplegic, I enjoy swimming. This is something I didn't know how to do it when I was able, I was able to walk and do a lot of stuff.
I've always wanted to play since my childhood, but I never got a chance until I was in the university. In the university, I started swimming. From there, I learned more other sports, like I did tennis, lawn tennis. I played for Kenya severally. And I also did marathon for Standard Chartered Marathon. And now in Safaricom, we met with South Fitness, and now we are doing workouts.
My sports journey in Safaricom started way back in 2016 when I was an intern in the test department. I got in love with the techie circuit, so I started playing rugby for Team Spain at that time. And once I went back to school, after the internship had lapsed, I started doing a lot more exercises because I had got a good stint while at Safaricom. So joining back in 2018 as a graduate engineer, I majored into gym. I was an enthusiast for gym, which basically just got disrupted during the COVID year. And this made me think, what else can I do outside the gym infrastructure? So I started cycling. I bought a road bike, and so far it's been good. I like it. I do about 120 kilometers each Sunday.
The more I become sedentary, that is a little bit more inactive, the more the body started gaining a few more kilos. And then I saw that a time might come that I may not be able to be as free as I would want it. Free in quotes, the meaning free just to move around and do my own things. So that's when now I started, I need to do something. I got into the gym. I didn't see anything that I could, any equipment that I could appropriately use.
The fact that our metabolism is quite different, burning the metabolism compared to a person who is well-abled. So we really have that extra mile that you have to do to make sure that you at least are somewhere at par.
My current role requires a lot of you sitting down, engaging stakeholders. By the end of the day, your mind is tired, your body is tired, you need to relax. There is no better way to relax your mind than sports.
I used to weigh 100 kgs, yeah. So even walking, even breathing became a problem. So when I went to the doctor told me you either lose weight or you go for surgery. And that is when, at that particular time, even when I was at work, I almost fainted because of that. In fact, that evening I was taken to the hospital, and that was my turning point.
The idea for Fit for 2020, where did it come from? I can trace it back when I had gone for a short-term course at Harvard. What really caught my attention was the fact that the founder, Greg Glassman, the attitude that he had towards fitness. He had his own personal journey, and he sought to bring a lot of disruption into the fitness industry. For us in Safaricom at that particular time, and even now, we have been focusing a lot on how do we encourage our employees to thrive. And you thrive by focusing on your physical, which you call body, you focus on your mind, you focus on your spiritual, right? And by focusing on all those elements of yourself, it then makes you a more holistic person, and you're able to bring the best version of yourself to work. And I said, why don't we just pilot this out with a few people? Because if I can get more people within my team feeling the way I'm feeling, going to work highly energized, stimulated, believing that they can do the impossible, then what wouldn't we be able to do as an organization?
Safaricom has been a very good enabler and a very good supportive system. For the last 8 years I've been here, I've experienced a lot of change, especially when we have the teams that are helping us do the fitness. We have even yoga. There's running club, there's walking club, there's basketball, volleyball, there's swimming club. And all these clubs have activities related to what they are doing. The dancing club is one of the sports clubs that we have in Safaricom. So people who are interested in dancing or dance fitness ask to join the club. I learned that every move is actually calculated. It's specially choreographed to work on a certain part of your body.
Chess is all about decision making, and I compare it with life. Yeah, so each and every decision you make has consequences. And when you see a chess player take 30 minutes to make a move, if you'd compare it with life, maybe that would have been a very, very serious occasion. There is bullet chess, there is blitz chess. Yeah, so bullet chess is where a game takes a minute for every player. So if you think chess players take a lot of time to move, watch bullet chess, where they just take like a second or two to make their moves.
Running was quite a good sport for me. It was like to manage my pressure. And then later, when I started seeing some very good results, because I remember I didn't even take the drugs that I was given by the doctor, which was quite an awesome thing for me. So I started seeing the weight go down. It became something that was so much fun for me. I started meeting new friends within the running circle, getting motivation, conquering new challenges. And then I was just like, wow, this is the best thing that happened to me.
Exercising has really been good because you're able to get rid of fatigue. Maybe you're fatigued when you're from work. When you exercise, you feel rejuvenated and you feel very energized again. So you're able to focus and you have a quality life. You need to be in the right mental space to be sufficiently motivated to even get started. Yeah? Then once you get started, you need some other level of motivation to stay with it. Once you get started, it triggers the feel-good hormones.
It's a difficult journey, but you have to walk it. What doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. It has to be something that is going to challenge you. And you have to be committed. You have to always keep your eyes focused on the goal.
Sport gives you that physical fitness, and if one is physically fit, most definitely their performance at work also improves.
Having lived on both sides, it's quite intriguing, yeah? So when I am a paraplegic, the swimming part was it was miraculous. I couldn't know I could go inside a pool and swim, especially when I'm not so strong with my lower limbs. I was taught how to use my upper body as my strongest part of my body.
I enrolled into the gym and I started doing weightlifting. If I get off the wheelchair, lie down, I am able to lift weights. So I started lifting with one hand. I started with 4 kilos, which was really heavy. Then then the hand started getting used. And by the time, the highest I reached was lifting 14 kilos. Through the engagement with the management of Safaricom, a few things were incorporated into the gym, and nowadays at least I know I can find some what are they called, the pulleys, some other things that I also use for strengthening the feet. And also, of course, my all-time favorite is, I don't know whether it's a sport or it's a what? Steam bath.
The day, it was more team building activities, and then we'd have the sporting activities around that. Then the clubs came into place and people could then plug into what was of interest to them. Then there was the whole wellness space where it's, you determining what it is that you want to do in terms of your mental wellness, your physical wellness, and giving guys even the time to go and do the exercises.
Passion drives me. When I think of something that is making me active, I just go out. For me, it's just inside.
I love being fit. I love using my energy for myself. It gives me a lot of positivity. I like looking good, and one of the things to look good is to be active.
If I spend a week without cycling, then I will have a dull moment at work because it helps relieve the pressure. If I was thinking about too much, I was stressed about work, once I go out and meet with the guys and chat about how work is, well, it relieves and helps me even perform better at work. One of the instances I felt like quitting was after I just had a bruise on my right arm, as well as my bike got spoiled. That was due to a rogue driver. He knocked me down on the highway. So thank God I had my helmet on, and that's one thing I'll always advise cyclists, always ride with your gear on. But the nature, how I'm addicted to sports, I just can't quit.
You practice every day and assume that you're the only person who is going to win. But there are days that are not the same. Today I will wake up with my whole body aching. All days are not the same. Tomorrow I'll be a bit stronger. The next day I'll have all the psych in the world. And I believe the fitness journey never ends. It's with us all through. When you wake up, when you sleep, when you do your own stuff, it's just here with us. So I cannot just quit, right?
Your health is your wealth. Either you invest in your health right now, or sickness will take the better of you later on. I love Safaricom. I am Safaricom. They've made me who I am right now, and I give back to the employer as much as they build me. I also give back to them, and I'm so grateful to my employer for all they've done to me.
My dream would be to cycle from here to my upcountry, which is in Busia. I am really planning to do that soon. Actually, I would love to have a course worth doing that. So I'm thinking of doing that ride for a cause, either look at something that's really affecting people in the community. It could be the girl child, so you want to raise funds for the pads and what, or it could be even the safety of cyclists, my fellow cyclists.
I would really wish one day I would be in the Paralympics for the swimming team. Yes, and I believe the fitness journey never ends.
There's an opportunity for a mindset shift to embrace wellness beyond just an activity.
The fact that we can run together, we can share the pains in running together, we can share the joys in running together, regardless of where or what I do in Safaricom. I think after that, the relation we have after that is different.
But the fact that we were able to create a very active and engagement platform then made everyone become very mobilized to what it is that we were trying to achieve.